Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin update for Sunday 9th of October. We're looking at Bitcoin and this again very sideways. I just don't know when is it gonna stop moving that sideways. I'm tired. You're tired, man. I know. But what can we do? Look at this. Look at this idiotic structure right now. I mean can we just get over with this? Can you just drop finally? Because by now we probably know you just want to drop. Huh? How many times are you gonna piss me off and piss us off? But anyway, before we get frustrated, let's actually turn to the logic side of Bitcoin. There is something that I have noticed for the past 1 year. Actually, I did see one of the guys. I don't know who he is, but I actually see his RSI analysis, and that was pretty amazing. Now, from November, and now we're in October, that guy pointed out something on the RSI, and it's time for Bitcoin to make a massive drop, according to him, which I believe can be very true, and that's the closest accurate prediction that I've seen after a long time on the RSI, and that was a very nice, amazing pattern he noticed. And that is, you can see here on the RSI when this one actually happened, right over there, and the prices dropped to the downside, okay, from there, okay. So that was the first one. The second one was this one. From here, sideways movement, and the price dropped. From here again, sideways movement, and then the price dropped. From here again, that sideways movement, and then the price dropped, okay. Now, you have this one right over here, and it's maybe time you bounce off here, maybe go up, who knows? Or just pop down from here and continue to the downside, which in his words, he thinks that, time for this one to actually pop down and actually not move up. And I kind of agree with that, because there's one more reason. My personal reason is the following. Some few weeks ago, we talked about the ascending broadening wedge of Bitcoin, and the ascending broadening wedge didn't met the technical target. If you look at the RSI, this was the prices moving up like that, and the other side was ascending like this one. So that's a bearish pattern, and the technical target out of that ascending broadening wedge is down to 21.6, okay? Now, speaking of 21.6, that could be your local bottom at the moment before you push to the upside on the daily RSI. And that's where you could actually find an amazing entry opportunity down at that RSI point. Number one, of course, when you look at the ascending broadening wedge on a nutshell, I'm just going to draw that one for you and show you how they look like. So when the prices are moving up like this and like that, and they're coiling up like this, that's bearish pattern. They drop down and then go back to where they form it, okay? So that's exactly what we have on the RSI, like this one. You moved up like that. Sorry, I'm just going to draw it very carefully, just like that one. And then like this one, the prices are moving up. They broke to the downside. They're looking to come down here. How do you come down there? You don't know. They can move sideways and then drop to the downside, okay? Now, when you do drop to that 21, I don't know if Bitcoin is going to go to 14,000, maybe bottom out at 12,000, maybe wick down to 8,000, whatever. Maybe you're going to take a break at 15,000, but that actually shows historically on the RSI that that's an amazing entry opportunity on any given day. Okay, so if I do stretch that line right over there, look at how many touches and how many support level we possibly have right over here, okay? So that's a very big influence. So back in 2018, that's where the flow was, and then you moved up, okay? Back in 2019, that was where you actually bottomed out a little bit, moved up, coronavirus, and then again you went back to that level and then moved up. And then you came down here, bounced off nearly that level, moved up, came here, bounced off that level, again moved up, came down, bounced off this level, moved up, and look again. If you do come down here, that actually shows you got an entry opportunity. And that's pretty much it for this Bitcoin update, right? Before I close the video, there's one more thing I noticed. On the daily, if I do try to zoom in the patterns here, we talked about the EMAs being very dangerous for Bitcoin. You can see it's really heavy on the Bitcoins right now. And not only do you have that, but you do have this resistance up here as well that we talked about before. But I notice one thing, you're actually breaking out of it somehow. Look at that, okay? If you try to count this one out, now this is finally a break to the downside, okay? So today really matters. Can you actually push back up like this? There could be chances of moving back high. Okay, so this really matters, but you got to be careful because this to me is looking like a little bit of a problem right now, that Bitcoin is breaking out of that pattern at the moment. So if I do try to just put it that way, you could actually end up, making a little bit of a push to the upside here to 19,500 and then get rejected, and from there start to roll down to 18,000 and even lower. And that's pretty much it for this update on Bitcoin. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.